Okay, so the Rocketeer got a buff. However, there's one thing that still feels lacking for me. I was also quite surprised that they buffed it, considering we know a Rocketeer rework is coming later this year. As I mentioned, the Rocketeer received a damage buff. However, they also nerfed the explosion range, which makes it feel more like a single target tower now. While it still has a bit of area of effect, the reduced explosion range makes me wonder, why not just use the mortar instead? Of course, not everyone has the mortar unlocked, so as a cheaper alternative, the Rocketeer remains the first choice. Now, regarding the upgrade cost, they did increase it slightly, so it's really up to you whether you think it's worth it. They buffed the damage from 275 to 400 and reduced the dead zone, but honestly, I'd prefer if they just removed the dead zone entirely at this point. Personally, I'm not a fan of dead zones, especially for the Rocketeer. You really have to know how to use and place this tower to unlock its full potential. That said, the dead zone reduction is still a step in the right direction. Back to the explosion range. In my opinion, the nerf was massive. For a splash tower, you'd expect the explosion radius to be higher. With the Rocketeer though, they've reduced it so much that it feels almost like a single target tower. Sure, it can still hit at least 2 enemies, but for me, that's not enough, especially considering how much better the explosion radius used to be. If you're looking for a splash tower and have the mortar unlocked, I definitely recommend using that instead. While the Rocketeer's damage buff is nice, we still need AoE, and the mortar is clearly better in that regard. The Rocketeer is really only a viable option if you haven't unlocked the mortar yet. What do you think of these changes? Remember, this tower is getting reworked very soon, so I'm pretty sure these changes are just temporary. I think they want us to enjoy the tower in its current state before the rework. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.